Do you ever feel like you're not alone in your own home? Like the walls are listening and the silence is watching you back? Because tonight, on True Terror Files Official, we are stepping beyond the illusion of safety and into the unsettling truth that some of the most terrifying legends are not hidden in abandoned asylums or remote forests, but are quietly breathing within the walls of ordinary homes, just like yours. So before we begin, ask yourself this chilling question as the lights dim and the floorboards groan. When was the last time your house felt truly empty? Because from phantom footsteps echoing in dusty attics to mirrors that seem to remember faces you don't recognize, this October we are uncovering the most terrifying home-based urban legends ever whispered in the dark. Legends that transform bedrooms into traps and hallways into silent observers. And if you're new here, this is True Terror Files Official, your destination for deeply immersive, policy-safe psychological horror rooted in real urban legends and unexplained experiences. So take a moment to subscribe, turn on notifications, and settle in. Because what you're about to hear may change the way you feel about being home alone forever. And stay with us until the very end, because each legend builds toward a truth that many people only realize when it's already too late. Across cultures and continents, there is one shared experience that homeowners whisper about, but rarely confront directly. The sound of footsteps above them when no one else is home. Slow, deliberate pacing in attics that haven't been entered in years, accompanied by the faint shifting of boxes or the soft scrape of wood against wood. And urban legends tell us that attics are not merely storage spaces, but memory vaults where forgotten emotions, unresolved grief, and residual energy settle like dust, creating a perfect stage for phantom presences that mimic movement without form. And those who investigate often report an overwhelming sensation of being watched from above, as if something unseen has learned the rhythms of the house and walks only when it knows it will be heard. And psychologists suggest that attics represent the mind's upper chamber, a place where we store what we don't want to confront, which may explain why the legends feel so personal. Because whether supernatural or psychological, the terror is real. And as witnesses describe shadows shifting between rafters or silhouettes, standing just out of sight near attic doors, one chilling pattern repeats. The footsteps always stop the moment someone gathers the courage to listen closely, as if whatever is up there knows it has been noticed. If attics symbolize what watches from above, then hallways represent the in-between. And urban legends are filled with reports of shadow figures appearing at the far end of corridors late at night. Tall, unmoving shapes seen only in peripheral vision that vanish the moment you turn your head, leaving behind a suffocating sense of being observed. And these stories often connect to another deeply unsettling household object, the mirror, because mirrors are said to be thin boundaries between realities, surfaces that reflect not only our image, but also what stands just behind us. And legends warn that staring too long into a mirror in a dark hallway can distort reflections, delay movements, or reveal faces that do not belong to the viewer, leading many cultures to cover mirrors at night or after a death. And while skeptics blame lighting and fatigue, the consistency of these accounts across generations suggests something far more disturbing, a shared human fear that our homes may contain watchers that never sleep, never breathe, and never leave. Sometimes the terror does not come from shadows, but from the objects we willingly invite inside. Because urban legends are filled with stories of dolls that seem to watch their owners, antiques that carry the emotional residue of previous lives, and everyday items that move, disappear, or reappear in places they should never be. And witnesses describe the slow realization that something within the home has developed intent, not violent, but observant, curious, and patient. As furniture shifts subtly overnight, or personal items return coated in dust from places long sealed, and whether explained as residual energy, subconscious perception, or something far darker, these legends share a common warning that homes remember, and sometimes they remember too much, holding on to echoes of past emotions until they begin to interact with the present. The most intimate legends unfold in the bedroom, where vulnerability peaks and defenses fall, because countless people across the world describe waking, unable to move, while sensing a presence pressing down upon them, whispering from corners that should be empty. A phenomenon linked to sleep paralysis, yet deeply entwined with folklore of night hags, shadow visitors, and bedside watchers, and even after movement returns. The fear lingers because many report details they could not have imagined, voices that knew their names, shapes that retreated when acknowledged, and an overwhelming certainty that something had been there. And as we close tonight, remember this: the most terrifying urban legends endure because they blur the line between imagination and experience. And if you've ever heard something call your name in the dark, or felt watched in a room you know was empty, you are not alone. So share your experiences in the comments. Subscribe to True Terror Files Official for more immersive horror. And as you turn off the lights tonight, listen carefully, because your home may still be listening back.